Hello everyone, welcome to a slightly chilly day here at Rathbone Manor and the workshop, and it is actually Easter Sunday today. And today I thought I would take a look at my late father's sharpening stones, or at least the ones that I've got from his once vast collection. Excuse me. Because he used to have a huge collection of tools back in the day, and he was always buying tools. He was a carpenter by trade. As I say, he had quite a load of tools, but this collection of tools he told my mother to sell off shortly before he passed away in 2016, because obviously she could make more use of money than she could his tools. Yesterday I was using my sharpening stone here while I was working on this grinder razor here, so I managed to get the blade a little bit sharp using this stone right here. But then I remembered that I had my late father's stones, Sun Tiger, King sharpening stone here, and whatever this one was. So I thought you guys might like to take a bit more of a detailed look at them, so let's do that. Okay, so regarding this stone right here, which is mine, and I purchased it, I don't know, 30 years ago I guess. I seem to remember that there was a two-tone grey one of these kicking about somewhere in the workshop here that used to belong to Dad, but I've looked around for it this morning and can't find it, so I'm afraid you guys are going to have to make do with this lot here. And I think we'll start with this little fellow right here. Oops. Unlike the other two stones I've got, this one isn't marked in any way, so I don't know what make this one is, but again it's fairly fine. I mean, you can run your finger on it and it feels exceedingly smooth, and in fact you can see there's some shiny bits going on here now. I think Father's been using this stone a little bit and it's gone shiny somehow or another. It's not shiny over the edges here, so I don't know what that's all about, whether there's some dirt on there or whether it's just gone shiny, I don't know. But regarding the box, I would say that yeah, some of Father's writing there is obviously calculations. I would say he has made this box out of some scraps of wood, as you can see, because he had some very nicely mounted sharpening stones back in the day, and I remember them from when I was a child, but they were all sold on back in 2016. So I'm quite pleased really to have these ones here. Let's chip out that corner there. I don't know where he got this or any of the other stones from, but he seems to have mounted this one quite nicely in a little box, and he's even gone to the trouble of beveling the edges, look, to make it look nice. So there's that one. Let's move over to the King sharpening stone. This is a Japanese stone, trademark sharpening stone, S3, something in Japanese there. Yeah, Japanese, not Chinese, it's definitely Japanese. Yesterday what I thought was the price on here turns out to be the stock number. I do apologise if you can hear my boiler working here. You can see the stock number, so it's not the price. I did have a quick look this morning at the price of these things here, and they're not exactly cheap. I couldn't find one that looks anything like Father's here, but I did find one that was fairly similar, and you can see the price of it here. And I also managed to find the instructions on how to use these things too, and as you can see it's all in Japanese, but it does give you an idea how to use the stones and how they work. And it also shows you just here, which is something my late father taught me, was to work up a burr on the edge of the blade and keep working it on and off and on and off, and then you'll end up with a very nice sharp blade. And that's what was happening with the razor blade yesterday, funnily enough. Okay, so let's get back to this little fella right here. You can see Father has written that it's a 6,000 grit. What that says, don't know, but it's a 6,000 grit stone. A little bit of a protective cardboard on the top there. Move that off. This little bit of paper here. This is all in Japanese, he said, wondering which way up it was. So I guess it's going to be this way up. So there's all that lot going on there. Right, and let's get the stone out itself and have a look at it, shall we? Straight away we can see it's got king on it. It looks very much like Father didn't use this one at all. And, you know, the amount of money he must have spent on it and not to use it. Very strange. It's nicely mounted on a little standlet. Don't know what that wood is at all. It's got little feet there, so you can actually work your knife or whatever you're doing on there very nicely. He may have wanted to sharpen some chisels with it, because I believe he wanted to start doing some of this very fine inlay woodwork where you put very, very thin veneer. That's right, veneer work. I remember now. Veneer. He wanted to do some veneer work, and he may have wanted something like this to get a really, really fine finish on whatever sharp tools, maybe a chisel he wanted to use for this inlay work, which I've just forgotten about again. Ugh, getting old. Anyway, so we've got S3, something more in Chinese there, Japanese, made in Japan, king, and I guess that's probably king as well, just there. I'll say it's mounted on a very nice little wooden stand there. Thank you, phone. So yeah, that's a very nice piece of kit, is that? And as I say, they're not cheap to buy either. So we'll just put that all back. Okay, let's move along to the Sun Tiger Deluxe Waterstone. I did try buying a book from this sharpening stone here, but it didn't work for some reason or another. Okay, so we've got the model number D1080. The dimensions are right there. And this is how much he paid for it. I can't remember when he bought it, but it would have been probably a decade or so ago. And yeah, a little bit of a description on the back there. How to use it and what to use. And please sprinkle water on the stone as needed to keep it sufficiently wet, as water acts as a lubricant. Okay, cool. Right, let's take a look at this one, see if he's used this one, shall we, guys? Okay, so initially it looks like he didn't use this one at all, but if we flip it over, you can actually see some watermarks on here. So he did actually have a go at working this stone. You can see there, and again, this is so fine, it's so smooth, it's just unbelievable. I don't think you could even do your fingernails on it, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is so smooth again. Sun Tiger Waterstone, made in Japan. And as I say, this one would have cost him £15. I'd imagine they'd be a little bit more expensive these days. But yeah, look at that, very nice. Get him back in the box again. I mean, I'm most unlikely to use these two here, although I did make use of this one yesterday while I was trying to sharpen the old razor here. Did quite a good job of it. I managed to get it to just about shave the hairs off the back of my hand here, as you can see. But yeah, so just using this and my my pink one over there, got it up to nice and sharp again. So yeah, there we go, guys. Turn that one over, that's better. Yeah, here's a quick look at Dad's sharpening stones. So he was a carpenter by trade, very, very good at what he did as well. I mean, you've seen my efforts at woodworking, and it's quite a laugh really compared with what Pops used to do. I mean, he's just thrown this thing together, but it's still much better than I could do. Alright then guys, I do hope you enjoyed popping over to the workshop here at Rathbone Manor once again to take a look at Dad's sharpening stones right here. I do have a number of his tools. Possibly one of the more interesting ones is that little fellow up here. What we got here then? Look at that. A little Japanese saw. Very, very fine saw. Look at that. He kept it in this on this bit of wood in the box here, save it getting damaged. But as I say, it is Japanese. It's got Japanese written on the handle. I'll have to. I think I'll have to do a video on this at some point or another, because that's quite an interesting little saw. Okay then guys, well thanks for popping over, thanks for taking a look, and I'll catch you in the very near future then. Thanks for watching.